Hmm.
Welcome everyone to the Tuesday Feelings Practitioner Clinic. I am I'm scared because I don't like being seen with a herpes on my mouth. Like every time I have it, I don't like it. And today I had a practice space with a few Feelings Practitioner apprentices, I would call them. And yeah, this came up in the process that if I can't show my emotion in a space, if I keep analyzing myself to death before I actually share, then the herpes is going to come in and show itself, and then I cannot hide anymore from what's really going on. Mm. And would you like me to share now, Michaela? Before,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, keep on going, keep
okay,
introducing what you did, and yeah.
yeah. So, oh, this is so edgy. I, yeah, I feel scared taking up space, sharing with you what happened in the space, and it was exactly about that. Like the doorway was that I sit in a group and I get looked at, and I don't want to be seen as unhealed or broken or
Hmm.
emotional. And hmm, and it led into a process where I started out with a lot of anger towards the outside. So the inflammation map was quite present in the space, like the get out and your expectations and whatnot. And the mirror cabinet was also in it. So there was a lot of internal reflection on how I am or how I'm not. Like it was just this whole self-analysis and um yeah, it was like it felt like a person standing next to me here that could just completely scan me and look at me and create whatever identity needed to be created in that moment, but not actually what was really going on, like not revealing what was really going on. And what led on from that was that I ended up actually on the floor at the end and got resistance uh from Ellen. Like she came from the back and she had this impulse to put her hand as resistance on my back. And it was
Hmm.
in,
So I interrupt you for a moment because I'm not sure if people know that you have had made a process. So and you are now sharing the process,
mhm.
and it was in the group also feelings practitioner apprentices, and they were all there. And so slow down a little bit, Annika, so that we really can follow you what you felt also in
Mhm.
that. What do you feel right now? Because it's also part of the next step of healing, as you said, it is to be seen now in that.
I'm sad when you say that.
Yeah.
It's like I just want to speak it out and want it to be over. Like I don't, it's like no one cares, or I will not feel enough, or um I will not share in a way that people can follow me, or yeah, like this is kind of happening. And I want to lean in, like I want to lean in and make it visible. Just also knowing what happened at the end of the process, and like every time I do go through these spaces, how relevant it is also for other people. And I don't believe in here. I don't believe that anyone could feel how I feel inside. Like it's like I make this is part of the wall, like the inflammation rate. It's like it can only be me who must feel so horrible in here. Thank you for slowing me down. Yeah, so I needed to talk out a lot of things in the process. And I can't quite remember how it just segue. I don't, maybe you remember from being in this wherever I was. I think Ellen at some point said, "What are you scared about?" Um, and not being able to access that, not having access to my fear. Like I was talking about my fear, but I wasn't really feeling it in my body. And so she had the impulse to put her hand on the back of my heart, like coming from the back to give me resistance. And then yeah, there was what actually happened was that I felt a lot of tension like in the front, like in my solar plexus. Like it was like this big solid rod. Like it was like as if my fear was stored up there, like really heavily, um, and not wanting to come out. And um even though she was sitting there and then Irene came and also sat and gave me this resistance and the pressure so I could like be felt met, there were still voices in me like you don't want, like they were trying still to convince me that they didn't want to hear me, or they're not my mother and this is not possible to replay this, because the image that I got was that I got born and being held, and Alan said and make that voice, like make the sound. And I was like, like this, like I felt pressure inside of me. I need to find the sound now, because there was this and this coughing and this solidity, and it just couldn't come. And I chose to not go with the pressure. I chose, okay, there must be a sound somewhere that I have no idea what that's she's talking about. And if there was the fear that I could feel was like a tremor in my mouth, like there was a lot of shaking in my teeth, um and the sound couldn't come for a long time. And yeah, it came eventually, and it was first like an angry sound, but it soon got into quite a high pitched sound, and it felt like a sound I never made before, like a sound that I like if I was to connect it with the birth picture, that I actually didn't make that sound when I was born, because I didn't have I wasn't met in my expression physically or emotionally or in any level then.
I notice I'm a little bit disengaging. I wonder what is here now for you about all of this.
Mhm.
See, for me, it's getting mental, and it's hard for me to connect and feel you right now.
Mhm. What would help you out? What can I do to um bring you along?
Will you speak from the feelings about it?
Mhm.
And what of that is right here, right now? Here.
Yeah, what's here right now is still the um there's still a there's still this question in me, like what to share and what not to share. Like I still like and I, I'm okay. Like I don't think that after this process I'm just like things are just magically gonna change. But it's like how can I bring myself so I can bring you along?
I want to invite you to slow down and pause here. And I have an invitation for you to just let that question be there in the air without it needing to be answered, but just letting the body, like trusting the non-verbality of everything, and just letting the body go through the layers. Does that land?
Yeah, I don't have anything with my body wanting to do something yet, and I get the slowing down. Um, thank you.
Yeah, and thank you, Annika, because it was really value to hear you. And if it's okay for you, I will give a little bit context to it so that it's more clear what happens or what you showed.
Mm,
And it is really amazing how many information are in there to really fish for them and use them. As you did, you expressed how you went there, that there is a door you moved through and then you experienced a lot. And in one moment you experienced that there is a thing about you won't be seen. You don't want because you have this blisters. And at the same time, you want to be seen. You want to give a scream. You want to be seen from your birth on. And mostly if two different sides of a decision, so it's uncomparable, it's not connective because it's one side to the other side, then you will be tear apart or torn apart, and that creates symptoms. So really, detect when you have two different direction of a decision, it will create that kind of symptom so that you can look at it. And here that is like a paradoxon, which you cannot bridge. And this friction will cause each time also maybe a bad disease, bad in the way you will maybe perceive it, because it cannot be judged. But yeah, something which really comes into your face. So, and you just named it. And also that there's then a mixed emotion. And mixed emotions also creates this thing of, I don't know how to express that. I don't know how to unmix. So, and there's also the clue inside. So thank you for bringing that. Even the people, maybe don't know yet the work of the feelings practitioners. And to really trust your body and dive into it. And I'm with Wout because when you shared the story out of the past, people also do it. Yeah, they share, I have had this symptom yesterday when I have had headache, and it was like that. And then we keep the symptoms. We stay in close connection, and you said it. You said the magical thoughtware you have, I don't think it will magically heal. And if you use this thoughtware, it will not. You create that the thoughtware will keep the symptom. So how long you really need to look at it and say, hey, you have all information I need. So it's also to discover which thoughtware is in you that you think healing cannot happen anyway, anytime. So maybe that's the question for the space. So which thoughtware do you have about healing? What is healing for you? And I give you 5 minutes and you write it down in the chat. Whatever comes, you can also only use words. You can say healing is dum dum dum, or maybe also phrases will come, and write it down in the chat. You have a few minutes to do it. What is it for you? Healing is for me. Or not.
For me, it's like your thoughtware. Healing for me is absence of symptoms. Okay. Yeah, right. There's an old in it. Yeah. Something that needs to, not being, uncomfortable sensations.
Eva, or I think it's I don't think that's your actual name, but there's some kind of beeping sound coming through that is a little bit disturbing.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. By the
Can you mute? And it's only when you're typing, it seems.
yeah.
Marcin, would you change your name for the clarity? And
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah, you said in the beginning, you said hello. Yeah, like Eva, and I was like, where's the Eva? What are you talking about?
Maybe it's like something that happens from outside, or something initiated from outside.
Okay. 1 more minute.
Yeah, to not be a burden for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, time is over. Has everybody put it there in the chat? Ah. Yeah. Wow, what an abundance. So I will save the chat. So, and maybe you bring some things in what you discovered. What was maybe the thing you discovered? You said, "Wow, I didn't expect it, that is healing for me." Maybe somebody of you wants to share.
What came for me immediately, like as in the thoughtware that like more old thoughtware is like the absence of symptoms. So when I'm healed, I don't have any symptoms. I'm sorry.
Yeah, can you say more what
Which
you feel
I
right
always
now?
also say, like, yeah, when I mean, my body gives me symptoms or signals or sensations all the time, and when I state that as something that shouldn't be there, yeah, it's obvious that I cannot attune to what it's communicating to me. So I was like, wow, that came in immediately in my mind was, yeah.
So what is it doing right now? What do you feel when it's now in your body? It came immediately there, you said.
I feel sad that is the first thing that comes. Yeah. And my mind goes back to being a nurse in a hospital, and that was actually also the main goal of medicine, like making sure that people have no symptoms. And it's like it's surface level. It's really surface. It's like Yeah.
And what do you experience right now?
What I experience right now. And now I feel scared that I don't know what yeah, I feel sad about that coming up, and not much more right now.
Yeah, yes, I get it was a moment when you really shared that you have had this discovery in, wow, now I know it is not about the absence of symptoms. And you felt something, and I wanted to bring you back there. And then you jumped into the past, tell the story, and
Yeah.
yes, to have it mentally again. So yeah, it's totally clear where you thought where it was connected to. And I saw that you missed the moment of joy.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
missed that. Yeah, thank you.
The celebration moment of
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, thank you for bringing me there, because it's big celebration that I look so different now to healing than I did 5 years ago. I'm glad that I'm there now.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. So how is it for the other?
Yeah, actually, I have this like conviction that like healing thing is like sort of a temporal.
Say the last thing again, Martin. Healing is?
Temporal. So like I feel something and it's better for now, but it will probably back. So it's like constant. I cannot heal something completely.
Ah, okay.
Like more like a spiral, like a spiral. So I keep coming back to the same place in a different way.
And what does it to you?
Battery.
I have a bad internet connection. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
So have you heard my question?
What does it to me, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Actually, like it gave me this feeling of helplessness, like like this sort of okay, I can make it better now, like this
So which
like
feeling is
sadness about it.
helplessness? Which feeling is helplessness?
Sad.
And
Fear.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can you speak from there?
Yeah, I feel that there are some things that I want to change that I will not change.
Mm.
Yeah, and I feel sad that I keep coming back to these same places. Yeah, I feel sad that I'm coming back to the same places, and like these places are I don't see them as good for myself. Like this sort of hurting patterns, disconnected patterns. Yeah. And also there's like some sort of a understanding. I mean, but understanding, but this is like actually the story that I'm having. I don't really think that it can be other way. It can be different than this spiral thing. To be honest.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And
Hmm.
you said magic words, magic keys, that you said, there are patterns. I perceive, I observe. So do you really know your patterns? Do you know the patterns in each cycle of the healing
No.
spiral? Yeah. So maybe
No.
there is a key for you. And also it's really obvious how our thoughtware is really limiting our possibilities. As you said, it will turn to the same, it will become the same. Even in the learning spiral, we will not be at the same spot again because time also passed by. And if we bring us again and again to the same, it's like our box and our gremlin like to be and create the same. And now you detect yourself.
I mean, but is it can be otherwise?
Good question. So stay with this question. Can it be otherwise?
I was actually happy that you would say something to change my photo.
Yeah. So that is maybe one of your patterns, or waiting for that others say you how it is.
Yeah, it is.
So maybe they said to you, please be the same next time when I meet you again. Don't change anything, because I like you so much. How are you right now? And how does it feel right now for you?
It's like some joy. It's like sort of a like, I don't know, like sort of like there's like something about laughing a little bit from my patterns, something like that. It's like I feel sad about them, but sometimes I like now it's like more like feeling sad and laughter, something like that. Maybe joy, name it, name something. Yeah. To name something and to show something.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I want to bring in, I'm resonating on some level. It's something different, but I'm resonating and I feel very increasingly stuck and hard to breathe being with the focus on what you're sharing. And I feel a little bit also help. Something in me is like I cannot, I do not know how to get myself out of wherever I'm stuck. So it's like help.
Yeah.
whom you are screaming, to whom you are screaming. Maybe you make it again.
My parents.
So don't think about it. So make the movement and let it come. You made it twice. Maybe you can do it a third time. Hear sounds and what is happening about. Mhm. Yeah, say the word.
Yeah, that's how it was. I really happened.
So what while are you expressing, or what your body these are expressing? So I invite you to come inside forward without knowing what does it mean. So come more forward without pressure. It's nothing to do. It's only the direction.
The intention.
Intention, yes. Thank you. So what do you feel now?
Very tense neck and sort of this, well, not really in the space anymore with you. It's like I'm here somewhere. And yeah, feeling wise, I guess the tenseness could be fear. I'm not that connected yet. Ah, there's a strong force. Maybe it's anger, I think.
So don't figure it out with your head. It's
Yeah.
more allow your body to speak. And the first thing when the body starts to speak is not words, it's more movements, sounds. You need to discover. Yeah, let your body move. And when words are popping up, speak it out. And don't grab to words at first. Yeah.
I'm fucking here. Coming down to earth.
what do you feel now?
Anger. And some fear.
So where do you feel it in your body? Mhm.
My right side, my right hip, and my foot is a little bit trembling, my right foot.
Mhm. Mhm.
So allow that the anger can be there in your right side, what you shared. In
Yeah,
your
is this between anger and sadness?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yes.
Stay in connection.
Yeah. Anger and sadness in your right side.
Mhm.
I I feel fear to say it, but I love myself so much. I feel shame when I say it. It's scary to say.
Yeah. And you love yourself so much. Yeah. So it's really obvious that your body is a partner of you. It's your team when you are asking for help, when you are screaming for help. There's one answer. Yeah, thank you, Vode. And maybe there are symptoms or other questions in the space. What do you want to research?
I still have a question around resistance and like a body being born and being met. There is something alive around when in my process when this resistance was there and I could feel myself, and I had this theory that the inflammation that happens through, like I felt this boiling in my fluids from the inside and then the rigidity of my skin on the outside, and it felt like this was the resistance I needed to create or something. And I don't know whether that's something you found in your research, but like I'm interested in obviously the body is creating resistance no matter what, just in a way that it might not be so useful. And I'm curious about what resistance I can create now, despite from touch, like asking for touch and the sensation of being met here and the physical, like how to find this resistance in my 5 bodies that I have a need for that wasn't met back then, and that I'm still expressing with those survival strategies.
Yeah, so I'm glad that you bring in that resistance is also valuable. It's a tool for healing, and it's the friction we create. So there's to feel ourselves while we go through the birth channel, for example. It's like it's so tired that we can feel each other and feel ourselves. And also in the friction, there is a boundary and there is the relationship happening. So, and to create it inside of you is to really show your resistance, to follow also that one, and you can use it for for be seen, to be seen in what is not working for you, or what needs to work for you. So, and go so long if it's getting more soft again. So it's really energetically and also emotionally to express it and give that space, as it is. Yeah, so that healing is not only like a small piece. It is really the you need the experience. So make experience that will make resistance in all directions, because you will come to a border any moments, and then you have a next imprint, next like something to lean into.
Mm-hmm.
It's like our muscles are also moving, like having this resistance, like moving slow, because the letting go is the reciprocal innovation, and the other part needs to be soft. So it's like it's also here resistance. In one part needs to let go, and the other part needs to make resistance to it, so that it can be in that way.
I'm hearing like when there is a emotional resistance to something coming up to express it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For example, I'm resisting expressing my emotion right now, and then I'm leaning into to go there as a one of the steps.
Yes, because there's really a treasure in the key. And also in the expression of your archetypal lineage, the fifth body, to follow whatever it is, and you will receive resistance. So because other will say, oh, that's not my lineage, that's not my way. Your mind maybe will say, hey, you have never done it. It's crazy. Nobody will understand that, maybe so. And that's resistance, and you choose to feel that. It's also like a fuel to find your way, to really choose evolution as a healing force.
Mm-hmm. We find that it's like such a dance, like of like being a space holder, and then like and an evolutionary as an archetype, and then in my shadow, so to speak, there's a lot of resistance. Like there's a lot of like, okay, I cannot, and then it gets so big, like there's this overload, and it just bursts out, and then it's not a processed version, and it still contributes to the evolution, but it's in a very clunky way.
Yeah. Cutting the eggshell. It's also a clunky way. Boof.
Can you repeat that?
So bursting out of the eggshell is a clunky way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other sharings what healing is for you, or what you experienced?
So for me, is feeling right now that one inner part of me is sad that two people leave the space today earlier, and one said I need to have more calmness, and the other one said I need translation, but I won't, and she left. Healing for me is right now that I feel my fear consciously. That one part of me is holding space still and want to connect still and want to be with them and find solutions and like unconsciously a rescuer. And I'm really glad that I speak it out. So to see there's a necessary friction, and people will leave spaces. It's like some things needs to die, to go, and it's still a healing in me to let go. Yeah, and
Necessary.
I feel sad so that I don't express then what is, or feel what is right now here, because I'm there with my attention more in the people who went away, and then a part of me is missing here. And it's the next situation. It's new. Here is now the next space. Yeah, I'm glad to discover that, to how I disconnect somehow then, and feeling the fear of this moment to be here in the next space.
And so what I'm hearing you say is that healing for you is to discover this and also to share this, like to speak it.
Yeah, and feeling my joy as a celebration of now it's out, it's seen, it can be, so each spaces can be right now. It's not longer in the hidden space or in me, circulating in me or me. I'm using you, or I'm bring myself in as a team member. That is also healing.
Thank you, Michaela. It's healing for me. As I was physically not well in a space yesterday that I was holding, and I could feel this composure in me. And I was dancing around, sort of saying that I wasn't quite with it, but I actually didn't just say, I'm physically not well. I'm sitting here, not physically well, and I'm still committed to this space. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really part of culture, also thoughtware culture, that it is to, like school culture, to stay there, keep commitment, be silent, overcome the physical issues. Instead of saying, yay, I need to lay down, I need to let hang loose or whatever, or I need to go, I need to pee. So that would bring really more aliveness and spaces. And so if bodies also could speak, as it right now, like scratching your hairs and leaning more to the front, or much and sitting in the car, maybe it's cold.
What is healing for me and what was healing for me today was your process, Annika. And I shared that also, like before that process, I had sensations between my shoulder blades of like constriction, and like I wanted to look deeper into that possibly during the practice space. And then the theme around that, and I brought out similarities with what Annika was bringing. And after the process, and being with there in the space and holding the space, I didn't feel the sensations there anymore. It was just like yeah, it was really obvious. And this is what I feel so much joy about, like witnessing other and being with other people in their process is medicine for me, is healing for me.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's really a new thoughtware to really know that we all are medicine for each other.
I feel fear, and I want to ask if somebody would be available to hold space for the feeling. It seems what's coming up is the need to accept that I lost my twin in the womb, and it's been in this space for 2 or 3 times. There's a layer or a fraction of it. And I want to ask if somebody will hold space for that. And it can be also an exchange or a paid space. And yeah, I want to get that out of the system so there's more peace.
Are you asking for a separate space after this bout?
Yes, yeah. So yeah, yes.
So there is something happening. Maybe it is not here, the person you need to find. And another thing is you said, I want to do it and then I have peace. And normally that is not really working if you have an idea what will come out. So, and to make it more open, and also maybe the timing, to check the timing when it's ripe or when it's the moment to go for it. And it could be, that is what I see, that it's really more necessary, as it was for Annika, to have people around, to maybe not do this process online. So choose a present team so that you can be touched and navigate it in your body. That would be my proposal or my suggestion for it.
Yeah, thank you. I feel sad because I have a story. I'm not managing to manifest that because I've been looking for that for a year or two, and something is in the way of the physical space happening. So this is what I can do. Yeah.
And what do you feel in your body when you get the offer or the invitation, do it physically, in a physical space?
Yeah. I'm not, it's very hard to get in touch with it, but I imagine that's fear. I just feel, yeah, contraction.
Because you need exactly this fear to create yourself this kind of spaces. Physically, on a physical level.
Not landing in me.
So fear is magnetic. Fear is creating a space of I don't know, of I create out of the moment. I create of what's now. It's focused. And somehow you use another feeling to come to it instead of using fear.
Somehow I use another feeling to come to it.
Yeah, so So as it is, if you use anger, you will push it, or you will say, it's now, I will have resistance, or if you use sadness, maybe you get lost, maybe in time, and so whatever. So
I get it. Thanks.
yeah, thank you. And yes, and it is really a whole lab topic to research about twins and what is happening in old soul twins and twins. So it is, yeah, we can fill a whole lab with that. It needs really to dive deeper than maybe only in a single session. You have a whole field around that. So I would say a possible experiment for the week can be that you find out how your physical body is expressing healing. So now you know what thoughtware is there, and now what is your physical body expressing? How is healing for the physical body? Maybe you find movements, or you find stuck topics there too. So what is healing on a physical level? It expressed from there.
And if you find stucks like this, so there is also a movement.
You said if you find stucks like this.
Yeah, when you're looking to your body and you feel, oh, I'm stuck. Here is a block or whatever you named it. So, and I said, there is also a movement, a block or a stuck. It feels like stuck, and there is a movement behind.
So the whole universe is moving. And also the space comes today to an end. Thank you very much for the discovery and healing and expressing, and also shifting thoughtware inside of this whole hour. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for the clinic.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, team.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.